Welcome, my friends. This is the after work desk edition. So, for all of my friends out there who work primarily desk jobs, I think these stretches are going to be chill and calm and great for all of us, honestly, because when we work at a desk, we're putting a lot of tension and pressure in the neck and the shoulders and our head and our upper back, and we're all kind of doing that anyway, being on our devices or driving or sitting and just kind of like this like crumpled up posture. So we're going to work on that today, but especially for my friends who primarily work at a desk and you just feel like at the end of the day you need a little bit of movement, but you want it to be nice and chill. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Okay, so sitting in a comfy seat. I'm going to be in cross-legged on the floor, but you can honestly do these starting moves from a chair, from your couch if you want. Get super, super comfy. We're going to go ahead and start by focusing on the neck and the shoulders and relieving a little bit of tension there. So come up to a comfy seat. We're just going to take a second wherever you are to sit up nice and tall. So a big inhale in through the nose. And then let that go out through the mouth. Good. On your next inhale, use that inhale to kind of sit up nice and tall through the spine. And then exhale to relax shoulders down. Good. So imagine like someone is drawing or pulling rather a string from the top of your head. So you're sitting up nice and tall, stacking the vertebrae of the spine, but then we're trying to relieve tension, right? So we want to relax those shoulders down. So it's kind of like a balance. IYKYK. IYKYK is climbing the velvet chair or couch behind the camera right now. So if you hear some crazy noises, I am filming for the first time in forever. So of course she's got the zoomies. So one more time, big breath in, exhale, relax those shoulders down. So we're gonna keep that nice tall posture here. Even if it's a little uncomfortable, just stick with it for a few cycles of breath, okay? And with that tall posture, we're gonna drop chin to chest. So it's gonna give us this really beautiful stretch through the back of the neck. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Good, and then we're going to gently look up, not crunching the back of the neck, but getting this lengthening through the throat. So a nice stretch here. Try to relax in your jaw if you're a little tense there. And I'm gonna take this now and I'm gonna look forward and then drop left ear towards left shoulder. Nice and easy, come through center, other side. Just kind of checking in with the neck. Maybe now you realize just how tense the neck is feeling. We're gonna keep pulling those shoulders down. I'm gonna look towards one shoulder, come through center, look the other way. Just do that one more time each side. Good, and then I'm going to take this into some nice, easy, gentle neck circles. So pretend like you're drawing a circle with your nose. That'll keep our neck movement nice and controlled here. Let them gently get a little bigger. Close your eyes, breathe deeply here. Just kind of relax through this. One way and then the other. Awesome. Ooh. Perfect. I don't know. I already feel a lot more relaxed. We're going to continue with that neck tension. So adjust your seat if you need to. I want you to be nice and comfy. This is our chill session, so we want to be super cozy here. We're gonna sit up nice and tall again, and now we're just gonna roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. So super easy, just kind of like feeling your shoulders, shoulder blades in space here, like really activating them and then plugging them down. One more time like that. Elbows get a little heavy here. And then I'm going to drop left ear towards left shoulder. So I'm not forcing it. If my neck or if your neck is super tight, we're not going to like force that. We don't want to hurt anything. We don't want to make anything unnecessarily uncomfortable. But just let your left ear drop towards left shoulder. Now to add a little bit onto this, I can take my left hand and just gently relax it onto by my right ear. So not pressing, just kind of letting the weight of my arm kind of cradle my head here, and that'll get you a little deeper into the neck on this right side. That is what we are stretching out. And you're gonna actively pull that right shoulder down. That's really gonna activate the stretch in the right side of your neck. Take a couple of nice deep belly breaths, nice and slow here. You can keep your hand there or you can release it. I'm gonna take my right hand now and press it down into or towards the floor. That pressing away while I'm still dropping left ear towards left shoulder is going to really get deep into that tension that we're holding in the neck, in the shoulder, even in the jaw. Make sure that you're relaxing still through the face. And now we can let this travel a little. I'm going to drop my chin to my chest while I'm still kind of bringing that left ear towards left shoulder. And then you can gently look up. So you're gonna feel this travel maybe through the back of your shoulder, maybe into your jaw. You can keep taking this nice gentle movement, or if you've got one spot where you're like, oh yeah, I really need that, you can pause and breathe there. Either way, let's take 2 more cycles of breath, nice and slow. Good. And then we're gonna go ahead and release that and just take note. You might feel this like imbalance. We chipped away at some of the tension on the right side, and now the left side is like, what's going on? So let's go ahead and balance that out. All right, so I'm just gonna readjust my posture because again, maybe it's a little painful for us to sit up nice and tall for so long if we're not really used to that. But that's something that with time we can improve the strength of our spine and work on that nice, beautiful posture. So just rolling shoulders back and down again. I'm gonna drop right ear towards right shoulder this time. And again, you can bring in your right hand and just gently let it relax. Breathe deeply here. And just notice how maybe it feels a little different on this side. Good. And then when you're ready, we can add in pressing that left hand down and away. Maybe add in that gentle movement like we did on the other side. You might find this side's a little different. It might be a different spot that you need to linger in. So just kind of play around with that. See what feels best for you. Keep bringing that nice deep breath. This is something that if you do feel a lot of tension in your neck and shoulders when you are working at your desk, this is like a nice little break we can take just sitting at the desk. You can do this little neck tension relief each day maybe and just see how it kind of chips away at that tension we're holding. Good. Wherever you are, let's take 2 more cycles of breath, nice and slow. Don't forget to relax through the jaw. And then you can release that. We're gonna move on from the neck, but I'm just gonna take one more little bit of neck circles now that we've really worked on that tension. Just work out any other little spots that need a little help. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit of movement now for the wrists and then also for the legs, because part of sitting at a desk all day is that you feel like you're not moving, right? So this is still gonna be really chill, but we're gonna get a nice stretch for the lower body. And first, I'm just gonna have us do a little twist for the spine. So a big breath in to reach up, sit up nice and tall. I know your back might be getting a little tired. Just stick with this. We're gonna turn towards the left. Right hand comes to left knee. Big breath in, exhale, look towards your left shoulder into a spinal twist. Good, and then other side, big breath in, reach up, get a little taller, exhale, turn towards the right, left hand comes to right knee, and then we turn towards the right shoulder. And then you can go ahead and release that. Awesome job. I'm gonna come now onto all fours, so take your time getting there. We're just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of movement for the wrists. So chances are if you're working at a desk, you might be working at a computer, so you might be typing a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and come to tabletop. My notes here are that I'm just gonna try to set up my wrist underneath my shoulder. Good, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move my fingers so that they're facing in towards me. Still trying to line up my wrist underneath shoulders, so right away I'm gonna feel this big stretch in the wrists and the forearms if they're tight. You can rock gently side to side here. You can maybe lean back a little bit if you really want to feel that stretch activate a little bit more. Breathe deeply. And then I'm going to bring my fingers back to face forward. And I'm just going to do little baby micro circles through the wrists. Nice and smooth, maybe like the size of a golf ball are these circles. And then you can reverse the direction. Good. And then I'm going to lean forward here just until you feel stretch activate in the top of the wrist and the forearm. And then I can just gently rock left to right here again. Awesome. Now I'm just going to sit back on my heels for a second and just do a couple of wrist circles just to kind of finish out a little wrist love. I have videos that are dedicated specifically to more movement through the wrists. You can definitely check those out. You can bring your elbows together, forearms together, and just work through a couple of figure eights with the wrists. And then pressing your palms forward, hands interlaced. We can drop chin to chest, lean back. And then we're just going to move that into some easy little elbow circles out and then in. Just kind of find a little movement through the arms. A little awkward at first, but just a little bit of movement for these joints. Awesome. Now we're going to do two more really cozy stretches to end out the session today. Bring your knees as wide as your yoga mat, toes together. You're going to sit back on your heels, reach your hands forward, and drop forehead to the floor. Now, if your shoulders hate this, you can go ahead and bend at the elbows. Stack your hands like a little pillow and then rest your forehead on top of them. But if you are working at a desk and you feel that your shoulders are super tight, it might feel good to really reach those hands as far forward as you can, getting a big shoulder stretch. Wherever you end up, let's take a few nice deep breaths here. On your next exhale, let's slowly come out of that. I'm going to walk my hands back, bring my legs over to one side, and then nice and easy, I'm going to stretch my legs out long. We're going to do one final stretch for the hamstrings and the lower back. So first I'm just going to point and flex my feet here. So my legs are out long, legs are together. Good. And now I'm going to bend my knees a little bit here. You can adjust this as it feels good for you. So the more you bend your knees, you're going to feel this in your low back. So if your lower back is real tight, you might start there. And then as you straighten your legs, you're going to feel this more in the hamstrings. So you can do a little of both. You can start with knees bent and then straighten your legs as we linger here. We're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths, and this is going to close out our cozy little session today, okay? So big breath in. Let's reach our arms up overhead, hands up towards the sky, and then exhale, fold forward, holding on wherever your hands can reach, whether it's your feet or your ankles or your shins or maybe down on the floor. Find where this is comfy for you, and then drop nose towards knees. I'm so zenned out from this. Nose towards knees, does not have to touch, of course, but just coming close, that gesture of getting that big stretch through the back. So 5 deep breaths, stay with your knees bent or start to straighten your legs, up to you. Just enjoy this stretch. And then when you're ready, you can slowly roll on up. That is all for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, my desk warriors. I hope that this gave you a little bit of cozy movement after a long day. Revisit this whenever you feel like you need a good stretch, and I'll see you guys next time. Here's the IYKYK cam after her zoomies. This is where she landed. Did you have a chill stretch, IYKYK? Yeah? Oh my goodness. Say bye.